Let's be honest with each other about something most people don't like to admit. After the age of 60, if you find yourself forgetting someone's name or needing to hold a book a little farther away to read clearly, that's not unusual. In fact, most older adults are experiencing subtle changes in both memory and vision, but they often assume it's simply a normal part of aging. But what if I told you that's not entirely true? What very few people talk about is this. Your brain and your eyes do not function separately. They are deeply connected through the same network of blood vessels, the same nerves, and even influenced by the same processes of inflammation and aging. When one begins to weaken, the other is often affected as well, quietly but consistently. However, here's the most important thing you need to understand. This process is not irreversible. Every night while you sleep, your body enters a natural repair mode, where cells are restored, toxins are cleared out, and small damages are gradually repaired. But this system only works efficiently when you provide it with the right building materials. And here's the surprising part. What you eat in the evening can influence whether your brain stays sharp or gradually declines, whether your vision remains clear or slowly weakens over time. In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 simple, familiar vegetables, yet incredibly powerful in supporting brain recovery and protecting your eyesight, especially when used the right way before bedtime. But before we get to the first vegetable, there's something you need to clearly understand. What is really happening inside your body after 60, and why these changes quietly affect both your memory and your vision every single day. As we age, the changes we notice aren't just on the outside. Deep within, the body is also going through subtle shifts that have a significant impact. The brain and the eyes, though they may seem like separate organs, actually depend on the same support system, the bloodstream that delivers oxygen and nutrients to every cell. The problem is, over time, this system begins to function less efficiently. Research shows that blood flow to the brain can decrease by about 10 to 15% as we get older. This means your brain receives less oxygen, fewer nutrients, and the process of clearing out waste becomes slower. A similar situation occurs in the tiny capillaries that nourish the retina, gradually leading to declining vision. But that's only part of the story. At the same time, the body begins to accumulate more free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells, a process known as oxidative stress. When combined with low-grade chronic inflammation, these factors quietly weaken nerve cells, affecting memory, focus, and even the eye's sensitivity to light. What makes this especially concerning is that these processes happen very slowly and silently, so much so that many people don't notice until the effects become obvious. And yet, your body has not given up. Each night, as you fall asleep, your brain activates a specialized cleansing system, removing toxins, repairing cells, and rebuilding important neural connections. But for this process to work effectively, your body needs the right nutrients at the right time. And that is exactly why your food choices in the evening, especially the right kinds of vegetables, can make a bigger difference than you might expect. So, which foods can truly activate this repair process in a powerful way? Let's begin with the first vegetable. Number 1, broccoli. Don't underestimate broccoli just because it's such a familiar part of your daily meals. In reality, it may be one of the few foods capable of switching on your body's internal defense and repair systems, something your body especially needs after the age of 60. What makes broccoli so powerful is a natural compound called sulforaphane. When you chop or chew broccoli, this compound is activated and begins a fascinating series of biological reactions inside your body. It's not just a simple antioxidant. It can also activate a mechanism known as NRF2, often described as the master switch of your body's cellular defense system. Once NRF2 is activated, your body turns on a wide range of protective genes, over 200 different processes that help reduce inflammation, neutralize free radicals, and support the repair of accumulated cellular damage. This is especially important for the brain and the retina, as both are highly vulnerable to oxidative stress. A study published in 2020 in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that older adults who were supplemented with sulforaphane showed noticeable improvements in memory and learning ability. At the same time, levels of brain inflammation were significantly reduced, one of the key factors associated with cognitive decline. But the benefits of broccoli don't stop there. This vegetable is also rich in lutein, a nutrient widely known for supporting eye health. However, more recent research has shown that lutein also accumulates in the brain and is closely linked to information processing and memory. Individuals with higher lutein levels tend to perform better on cognitive tasks, especially later in life. In other words, when you eat broccoli, you're not just nourishing your eyes, you're also strengthening the neural connections that help you think more clearly. So, how can you get the most out of this powerful vegetable? Preparation matters. Light steaming for about 5 to 7 minutes is ideal, just enough to soften the fibers while preserving most of the sulforaphane. Avoid overcooking, as high heat can reduce its effectiveness. Here's a small tip that many people don't know. Adding a pinch of mustard seed powder after cooking can further enhance sulforaphane activation. And, if possible, include broccoli in your evening meals. As your body shifts into rest mode, these nutrients quietly support deeper and more effective repair processes overnight. You may not notice a change after just one night. But over time, little by little, you may find your mind becoming clearer and your vision feeling sharper and more at ease. Number 2, carrots. Most of us grew up hearing a very familiar idea: carrots are good for your eyes. That's true, but it's only part of the story. In reality, the benefits of carrots go much further, especially when it comes to the aging brain. The key lies in beta-carotene, the pigment that gives carrots their bright orange color. Once inside your body, beta-carotene is converted into vitamin A, an essential nutrient that helps form rhodopsin, the protein that allows your eyes to adapt to low light. That's why, when vitamin A is lacking, night vision tends to decline significantly. But there's another side to this that's often overlooked. Vitamin A also plays an important role in maintaining the brain's flexibility, known as synaptic plasticity. This refers to the brain's ability to form and reorganize connections between nerve cells, a critical function for memory, learning, and quick thinking. As we age, this process begins to slow down. Communication between brain cells becomes less efficient, leading to slower recall, forgetfulness, or difficulty concentrating. And this is exactly where carrots can make a meaningful difference. A study published in 2019 in the journal Nutrients found that older adults with higher levels of beta-carotene in their blood performed better on cognitive tests, particularly in memory and processing speed. This suggests that what you eat every day can directly influence how your brain functions. In addition, carrots contain a lesser-known compound called luteolin, a type of flavonoid that helps calm inflammation in the brain, especially in the hippocampus, the area responsible for memory. In some animal studies, luteolin has been shown to improve memory performance and significantly reduce signs of neuroinflammation. What's interesting is that you don't need to eat large amounts of carrots to benefit. What matters more is how you prepare them. Unlike many vegetables, carrots actually become more beneficial when lightly cooked, such as steamed or roasted, because this helps your body absorb beta-carotene more efficiently. When paired with a small amount of healthy fat, like olive oil, absorption can increase even further. It's a small detail, but one that can make a meaningful difference over time. You can add carrots to your evening meals as a light stir-fry, a warm soup, or simply roasted with a touch of seasoning. Nothing complicated, just enough to give your body what it needs before entering its nightly repair phase. And perhaps the most valuable part isn't just that you're eating something good for your eyes, but that you're quietly supporting your brain in staying sharp, helping your thoughts remain clear and focused, even as time moves forward. Number 3. Beets. There's one critical factor that's often overlooked when we talk about memory and vision, and that is blood flow. You can eat all the right foods, but if your blood isn't delivering enough oxygen and nutrients to your brain and eyes, the repair process will still be limited. And this is exactly where beets make a difference. The deep red color of beets isn't just visually striking, it's a sign of powerful biological compounds, especially natural nitrates. Once inside the body, these nitrates are converted into nitric oxide, a molecule that helps relax and widen blood vessels. Simply put, it allows your blood vessels to open up, improving circulation to critical areas like the brain and the retina. When you're younger, your body produces nitric oxide efficiently. But over time, this ability declines, making blood flow less flexible. This doesn't just affect cardiovascular health, it directly impacts your ability to focus, remember, and even how sensitive your eyes are to light. A study published in Journals of Gerontology in 2017 found that older adults who consumed beetroot juice before light exercise experienced a significant increase in blood flow to the frontal lobe, the area responsible for decision-making, attention, and short-term memory. MRI scans even showed that their brain activity resembled that of younger individuals. So, what does this really mean? When your brain receives enough oxygen, it doesn't just function better, it can actually become more youthful in how it performs. Beyond circulation, beets are also rich in betalains, powerful antioxidants that help protect nerve cells from damage. This adds an extra layer of defense, especially important as the body faces increasing oxidative stress with age. Here's another interesting point. Many professional athletes, including Olympic-level competitors, use beetroot juice as a natural way to enhance performance, not because of quick energy, but because it improves how efficiently the body uses oxygen. So how can you get the most out of beets? Lightly steaming or roasting them helps preserve most of their natural nitrates. Avoid boiling them for too long, as nitrates can leach into the water. If you prefer juice, choose a pure, unsweetened version and consume it in the evening, about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This is when your body begins transitioning into a relaxed state, preparing for repair and recovery. As blood flow improves, your brain and eyes receive more of what they need, not just to maintain function, but to repair and restore. You may start to notice feeling more alert in the morning, less fatigued when reading or concentrating, and gradually a greater sense of clarity, both in your thinking and your vision. And now we move to the final vegetable, one that's often overlooked, yet plays the role of a quiet repair technician for your nervous system. Number 4. Asparagus. If there were one vegetable you could call quiet but powerful, it would be asparagus. It doesn't have the bright color of carrots or the bold presence of beets, yet beneath its subtle appearance lies a set of key nutrients that help keep your nervous system running smoothly, something especially important after the age of 60. One of the most notable nutrients in asparagus is folate, vitamin B9. This is essential for the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, the chemical messengers that help regulate your mood, support clear thinking, and maintain quick responses. When folate levels drop, the brain begins to struggle with communication, leading to feelings of mental fog, forgetfulness, or difficulty concentrating. A study published in the British Medical Journal in 2015 found that older adults with higher folate intake experienced a significantly slower rate of cognitive decline. In contrast, those with lower folate levels showed a faster rate of brain atrophy over time. This highlights an important point. Proper nutrition doesn't just help you feel better, it directly affects the structure and function of your brain. But that's still not the most remarkable part of asparagus. This vegetable is also one of the few natural foods that support the production of glutathione, a powerful antioxidant often referred to as the master protector of your cells. Glutathione plays a critical role in neutralizing toxins, reducing damage to nerve cells, and supporting the brain's nightly cleanup process while you sleep. You can think of glutathione as a nighttime cleaning crew, removing the biological waste that builds up throughout the day. When this system works efficiently, your brain stays clearer and the risk of long-term decline is reduced. In addition, asparagus contains vitamin E and vitamin K, both of which help protect myelin, the protective sheath that surrounds nerve fibers. Myelin works much like insulation around electrical wires. When it's intact, signals travel quickly and accurately. When it's damaged, everything slows down and becomes less reliable. This is one of the reasons many older adults notice slower reactions or difficulty focusing. Regularly including asparagus in your diet can help maintain and protect this myelin layer, supporting smoother and more efficient nerve function. As for preparation, asparagus doesn't require anything complicated. Light steaming or roasting is enough to preserve most of its nutrients. Avoid overcooking, as high heat can destroy delicate vitamins like folate. A drizzle of olive oil can enhance absorption, and a squeeze of lemon not only adds flavor, but also helps stabilize antioxidant compounds. You don't need large portions, just a moderate amount, consistently included throughout the week, especially at dinner, can make a meaningful difference over time. And when you bring all of these benefits together, from supporting neurotransmitters and protecting cells to maintaining the structure of your nervous system, asparagus truly becomes a quiet repair specialist, helping your brain stay clear, stable, and resilient over the years. Now that you've learned about all 4 vegetables and their unique roles, the next question is, how can you combine them in a way that's simple, practical, and easy to maintain in everyday life? At this point, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually apply it in a simple, sustainable way? And that's really the key. Not how much you know, but how much you consistently do in your daily life. The good news is, you don't need to overhaul your entire diet. Instead, start with a very simple principle. Each evening, choose 2 out of the 4 vegetables and rotate them throughout the week. This approach gives your body a variety of nutrients without feeling overwhelming or repetitive. For example, one evening you might pair broccoli with carrots. The next day, switch to beets and asparagus. This rotation not only helps balance nutrition, but also keeps things fresh and easier to stick with over time. Timing matters just as much. Ideally, you want to eat these foods about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, when your body is beginning to wind down and prepare for its nightly repair process. This is when the nutrients you provide can be used most effectively. When it comes to preparation, keep things as simple as possible. Light steaming, roasting, or a quick sauté with a bit of olive oil is enough. There's no need for complicated seasoning. Just preserve the natural value of the food. If chewing becomes difficult, you can easily blend them into a warm soup, making them easier to digest while still retaining their nutrients. One factor that is often overlooked is water. No matter how well you eat, if your body is dehydrated, the transport of nutrients to your brain and eyes will be affected. A simple glass of water with dinner may seem small, but it plays an important role in the entire process. And perhaps most importantly, it's not about perfection, it's about consistency. You don't have to get everything right every single day. Just start, stay consistent, and let time do the rest. Because sometimes the smallest changes, repeated daily, are what create the biggest results. Sometimes we're taught to believe that aging automatically means decline, that memory will fade, vision will weaken, and there's nothing we can do about it. But the truth is, your body is still working, still adapting, and still trying to repair itself every single day, even if you don't notice it. Your brain and your eyes don't simply shut down with age. They just need the right kind of support. The 4 simple vegetables you've just discovered, broccoli, carrots, beets, and asparagus, are not overnight miracles. But when used consistently and at the right time, they become quiet allies, helping your body repair, rebuild, and maintain clarity over time. So here's something small you can start today. For the next 7 days, each evening choose 2 of these 4 vegetables. Prepare them in the simplest way possible and give your body a real chance to restore itself. And if you found this helpful, share your thoughts in the comments. Which vegetable will you start with? A like, a comment, or a subscription doesn't just help you stay connected to more valuable content. It also helps this message reach others who may truly need it.